Hi guys, welcome back to Home Life with Rebecca. So today is a gloomy day, very gloomy as you can see from the weather outside. It tried to snow, got some like frozen mix this morning, but it's like in the 30s. It's not warm. I've got my comfy sweatshirt on. I actually slept in today. Kennedy is homesick, so she didn't have to catch the bus. So I slept till almost 7:30. And then my oldest daughter is home. She doesn't work till later, so she was downstairs. So I just let Kennedy sleep when I ran the other kids to school. And I'm trying to get Kennedy to wake up, see if she's hungry. I've just made some scrambled eggs. We're all out of bread. I don't really have the energy to make bread, so I was just gonna make like an egg burrito. I'm not feeling the hottest of myself. I think we've just been going for the last couple weeks. Here, I'll show you outside. Very gloomy. My plan yesterday was to really clean up the yard and like blow all the leaves and the pine needles and rake, because my mom and her husband are coming next week. But I just started not feeling well myself, really achy, and before I knew it, it was 5 o'clock and it was time to go to my praise team practice. And after singing at practice last night, my throat hurts even worse and my body aches even worse. I was sick last Thursday too. I was on the couch all day, so I'm not sure what's going on. It's like we get this little bug and then we feel better and then it comes back, because that's kind of how Kennedy's been also. And I don't think Adam is feeling the best either, so I've got some throat cooling tea right here. It's this stuff that I picked up last year, so I'm gonna have some of this and sip on it. Tried to drink coffee this morning, but my stomach felt funny too. So I'm washing some blankets right now. That's the noise that you hear. But yeah, I'm gonna go try to wake up Kennedy again, see if she wants anything to eat. My house is a mess. My floors are filthy. The yards are a mess, but I just have no energy. And so I think it's just going to be a day of reading and maybe doing some art with Kennedy. She got some new paint markers she likes. We've been coloring the little pumpkins that I bought at Hobby Lobby. So this is the one that I made. Yeah, I think I'm going to do nothing today. But I am going to sit down after I eat because I wanted to chat with you guys about why I made this video in the first place. Okay, so got Kennedy up, Allie was up, they ate breakfast, I ate breakfast. Well, brunch at this point, it's almost 11 o'clock. I cleaned up the kitchen. I mean, I didn't sweep or mop. I really need to vacuum the living room. I did change out the blankets on the couch and wash the other ones, so I got a little bit of stuff done. I feel this is the only part I don't like about wearing my Apple Watch, is that I tend to get fixated on my steps and stuff, even when I'm not feeling good. So I keep looking at it and I'm like not even at 2,000 steps. And usually by this time I have over 10,000 steps. So I have to just keep reminding myself, if you keep acting like this, brain, then you can't wear your watch again. So might be a good idea. I might need to take a break from it again. It's just convenient to get text messages because I'm always putting my phone down somewhere. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about was we officially paid off all of our debt. And that's a really good feeling. We still owe on the car, but we have to go get a cashier's check to pay that off because we can't pull that much out at once to pay it through our bank, because we just switched banks. That's a whole nother story. But we've already, counted that as paid off because we're going to be doing that tomorrow. Goodbye car payment. So we were talking about possibly getting another car, looking at like used cars. And we ended up on Sunday at the Toyota dealership. And I was telling my husband, because it was the only thing that was open on Sunday after church, I was like, if we end up there, we're going to end up test driving something, we're going to end up liking something, and then we're going to end up feeling like pressured into buying something. And all of those things happened except for the pressure. I mean, they are just doing their job. we test drove this really nice 2018 GMC Yukon, and with trading the Expedition in and then putting like $10,000 down, it would have got our payments. They finally like talked it down to like 300 and possibly even 280 if we could put another 1,000 down. And they're super nice. I mean, that's their job. They work solely off of commission. Like, that part made me feel so guilty because our sales guy was only 24, super nice kid, was a John Mayer fan, had a little baby at home. And but at the end of the day, when we came home and crunched numbers, it was one of those things like, can we do it? Yes. Do we need a new car? Eventually. The Expedition's not on its last leg. It's had to get, some minor and major repairs here and there. As much as that car was so nice, it had a DVD player, the seats were really comfortable, it had a working radio, we decided to go ahead and hold off because it is nice to not have any credit card debt and no car payment right now. And that settlement money, I mean, it wasn't as much as I would have liked it to be because we had to pay lawyer fees and stuff too. So I really think that we need to just, sit on it for an emergency, or maybe something better will come along. I think next year when Kennedy goes into the 6th grade, I am going to try to get a job like in the school district, maybe as like an aide or something. Or maybe I can find a job at a library, something that will be flexible so I can still take her to her appointments and stuff. I think 6th grade will be a good year for me to start that. That way, Jillian's established in high school, Wesley's established in high school, Tiffany will be a senior. I just think it's time. Plus, I don't know if I want to work, though, to pay for a car. I mean, I get that, like, when you're young, you do that. I would almost at this point rather work to pay for a vacation type of thing. Plus, it's like we had the money to put down, but we don't. You know what I mean? Like, we still need to get the windows downstairs. We're just waiting for them to give us a quote. They gave us a quote on like the egress window, but I wanted a quote on replacing the little windows down there so it will hold more heat in our house. And plus, at Cal Ranch, they had a really good deal on like pellet stoves, so we were curious like how much that would be if we put one of those upstairs in the living room, which I know where the heck would we put one of those. There used to be one in our living room, kind of where I used to have the cubbies. So right now it's kind of where that fireplace is with the TV over it. So I'm like, that's where it would have to go. I'm like, we just rearranged everything, but it was a really good deal. It's cheaper than like putting heat, but we can't have one of those until we have an egress window because you have to have a fire escape, which obviously, yes. And I've been wanting to have one of those egress windows since we moved in here because this house isn't up to code. So if we were ever to sell it, because we bought it straight out from the owner, so they didn't have to do that. But if we were to put it on the market, say, in a couple years, it wouldn't be up to code. So it's just all those things we took into factor. And I was just like, if I actually had a job where like I commuted like further away, then it might be worth getting a new car. But it was one of those things like we really want to go like visit our families in California. We're not sure if the Expedition will make it at this point because it is such an older car. But then it's like a catch-22. If we have a car payment and then put, $6,000 to $10,000 down on a new car, then there's no money to even get to California. You know what I mean? Like, we already ruled out the vacation, and plus the Christmas is coming, and it just seems like something's always happening. And I was surprised because usually I'm the more stable one with money, and my husband's more the impulsive ones with big purchases. I'm not talking about like when I buy like a $10 pack of stickers, or he buys a hat or something off of a sports site. But he's more impulsive like when it comes to like big purchases, whereas I'm like always, let's hold off. So I was surprised this time when he was like, I don't think it's a good idea. Like, after we ran all the numbers and with the way groceries are right now, it left us with like maybe $300 a month. Like, and that's low estimating on groceries. So I don't think we're gonna do it. It's just not the right time. I just feel like if it was meant to be, it would have been an easier decision. It would have felt better to do it. And so I really feel bad for that kid though. Like, but I've got 6 kids myself, and I don't want to be living. I mean, we're still living paycheck to paycheck, don't get me wrong, but I just don't want to be, I don't know. Our credit is really good right now, and they're able to drop that payment, but I just want to sit on some of the money right now in case, I don't know. It's a weird time in the world, and like that big, huge grocery stock up that I just did like a few weeks ago, it's gone. Like my kids, like they've eaten through everything. We have no bread in the house. There's there's a little bit of milk. They've gone through the produce. They've gone through the frozen stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh. In fact, I'm like tonight, I was like, because since I'm not feeling well, we have a bunch of like canned ravioli. So I think I might just plop those in like a casserole dish and throw some like mozzarella cheese on top that we have to use up and call that dinner tonight. That's where we're at with groceries, and I'm trying to hold off on grocery shopping again until like maybe right before my mom gets here next week so I can plan out some dinners. But it's just, I want to say I wish that we just had the money to go buy a car and pay cash for a car. It was a good deal on that car. It was a really nice car, but I just think we need to hold off. We need to get that window in place, and then maybe after that, see where we're at in a couple months. And like I said, I think I am going to try to go back to work next year when Kennedy starts 6th grade, or maybe even this year. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to work after the holidays. We'll see. I know they need aides at Kennedy school, so I just want something maybe like part-time. I don't make enough money on YouTube. I truly wish that I did, but I don't. My videos are too all over the place. And honestly, like I don't want to do, I mean, I didn't mind doing some of the shorts and they got some views, but those are harder for me to do because I ramble too much. And I don't want to do all the trends. I'm tired of seeing all that stuff where people are restocking, like over restocking the stupidest stuff, and they're getting millions of views, and they're like, I'm sick of it. I don't want to play into that. I don't want to do that. My channel is basically a diary of my life, and my family watches it, and I have my very close community of friends on here that watch it that I love, and that's what it is. So I've gone past the point where I'm ever gonna make money on here. About every 2 months, I make about $100, and that's fine. And I usually take that money and usually I'll use it for groceries, or if I'd put it towards our power bill in the winter. Once in a while, I might buy myself something nice with it, but it's been a while, so that's what I wanted to talk about. Like, does anybody else, have you ever like almost gotten a car, but it just didn't feel right? I just don't want to pay off a car to have another car payment. Like right now, it feels really good. Like, oh, I can breathe. Like we don't have any credit card payments. We don't have a car payment. We just basically have our mortgage. Like we got the trees cut. We're going to be able to get the windows done. Like we're going to be able to have Christmas for the kids and not totally stress out about it. Like I'm going to start Christmas shopping probably, the beginning of November. I've already gotten like the list of stuff that in my Amazon cart that like my ideas for like the kids that I want to do. And we're going to sit down and talk about, do we want to do gifts and stockings, or do we want to do stockings and maybe go stay at a cabin like we had talked about for a couple days, and have that be our Christmas present. So I just want to be secure. And I think cars are, I mean, they were really nice, and they did drop it down, which my husband knows cars because he was like, watch when we leave, give them an hour, they're going to be like, oh, we got it down to this price. We got it down to this price. We got it down to the Blue Book price. That's, what they do. And I'm glad that my husband was with me because I don't know anything like that. I've never like bought a car on my own. So I was always married when I got a new car. But anyway, that's That's what happened on Sunday. It was a little disappointing because it was a really nice car. It was super comfy. Like, I've never owned anything that nice, but just it's not the time, and the Expedition is still running. And what's more beautiful than a car with no car payment, right? Really can't beat that. Now if it starts breaking major, then yeah, but I think even with that, we need to look for something that we could just, like, okay, we're gonna put 10,000 down, then maybe find a car that's 10,000, 10,000, so we're still not having a car payment. So I just don't want to, like, get ahead of ourselves. I want to be stable for a little while. I don't want to have to be like, oh my gosh, like, what are we gonna do type of thing, because now we have this car payment and Adam lost his job, or the crap happens. So it sucks though. Real life, definitely. Before I go, Tiffany put some Halloween nails on me. This one's kind of funky because it was just the stickers, but it popped off, so I had to use some glue. I'm not trying to flip you off. I overused the glue, so it's kind of cloudy. I do have another one that I can put on, but they've been on for almost a week. This is the only one that fell off. Actually, no, I take that back. This one had fallen off, but I couldn't find it, so I put another one on. It's got a little spider. They're really cute, and they glow in the dark. And the packs come with 30, so I mean, for almost a week, that's not bad. So I could even do a whole nother set of the same kind if I choose to, or I'm probably just gonna save them for next Halloween. And then I have these because I'm singing this Sunday, and so I thought maybe I'd put these on to match my outfit. But they're a lot of fun. And actually, I did go to Walmart, and I told you guys they were cheaper at Amazon than they were at Ulta. Well, and it just probably depends on your Walmart, but they had a whole bunch at my Walmart, not Halloween ones, but they were actually cheaper. The No Glue Mani, these were $6.99, and they even had some for $4.99 for like younger, like Jilly's age or Kennedy's age. So I thought that was interesting. But they're fun. And I mean, I don't think I'll put them on all the time, because if you were to change these out like every week, then that would probably get expensive. But still cheaper than going to a nail salon, and for special occasions, it is pretty fun. So I just wanted to share that. And I also found out why my daughter Tiffany's nails she's had hers on for over 2 weeks now, is because I was looking at her nails, and her nail bed is really flat and smooth. Like, she doesn't have any ridges, where me and Jillian, because Jillian's tried them too, our nails are kind of curved and have some deep ridges in them. Even if we file them, it's just the natural texture of our nail, and that's probably why they don't stay on as good as Tiffany's. So if you're gonna use them, look at your nail, because if your nail is slightly curved, you have some ridges, they're not gonna last as long as if you have a flat, smooth nail bed. And that's not like filing it down or anything. That's just like the natural shape of like the nail that you were born with. So that does make a difference. All right, that's all I got for you guys. Just wanted to share that I was disappointed, but at the same time I was proud of ourselves. It was like Dave Ramsey was whispering in my ear, like, don't do something you'll regret. That's what I mean. Like, if both of us didn't have that feeling like, yeah, we could totally do this, we don't even need to go home and crunch numbers. It wasn't that feeling. It was like, well, we can do it, but it might leave us short, or we're only gonna have this much left over, and what if this and this happens? And that's how I knew it's just not the time for a new car. That might change in a few months. It might change next year. Again, if the Expedition just keeps breaking, or like the heat goes out again, because you can't drive that thing without heat in the winter here. I need the defroster to work. Then it might be time to look at a newer car, but maybe not that new. Maybe something that we could pay cash for and not have a car payment. You know what I mean? And maybe someday we'll win the lottery and we can have a fancy new car. You never know. All right, guys, chicken tendies. Bye.